Have you ever wondered how a single event in history can change the entire world? In just 6 minutes, let's take a journey through some of the most powerful turning points in global history, events that shaped our modern lives. The 20th century began with a shock, World War I. It redefined borders, collapsed empires, and changed how nations dealt with conflict. But peace was short-lived. World War II followed just 2 decades later, unleashing destruction on an unimaginable scale. Over 70 million people lost their lives, but it also gave rise to the United Nations, a hope for global peace. The fall of the Berlin Wall. In 1989, a wall that had divided East and West Germany for nearly 3 decades finally fell. The fall of the Berlin Wall became a powerful symbol of freedom, unity, and the end of the Cold War. It marked a shift toward democracy across Eastern Europe. World War I and II. The 20th century began with a shock, World War I. It redefined borders, collapsed empires, and changed how nations dealt with conflict. But peace was short-lived. World War II followed just 2 decades later, unleashing destruction on an unimaginable scale. Over 70 million people lost their lives, but it also gave rise to the United Nations, a hope for global peace. Cold War and global tensions. After World War II, the world didn't return to peace. Instead, a new kind of war began, the Cold War. The United States and the Soviet Union competed for global influence without ever officially going to war. Nuclear weapons, the space race, and proxy wars in Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan became the new reality. The rise of the European Union. To prevent another devastating conflict in Europe, nations came together to form the European Union. The EU brought economic cooperation, free movement, and a shared identity, turning former rivals into partners. Rise of globalization and technology. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw the rise of globalization. The internet connected the world. Trade, ideas, and cultures began flowing faster than ever before. Countries became more interdependent, but it also created new challenges: cyber threats, economic inequality, and environmental crises. Modern global affairs: conflict, climate, cooperation. Today, global affairs are shaped by new issues: climate change, pandemics, and geopolitical tensions. From Russia's war in Ukraine to the rise of China, the world is constantly shifting. But we also see hope: global climate agreements, humanitarian aid, and international collaboration on science and health. Decolonization and civil rights movements. While superpowers competed, colonies around the world fought for freedom. Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean saw waves of independence. Meanwhile, civil rights movements emerged in the US, South Africa, and beyond, challenging racism and inequality. Leaders like Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mahatma Gandhi left a legacy of justice and courage. The 9/11 attacks and global terrorism. On September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks on the United States shook the entire world. It triggered wars in Afghanistan and Iraq and redefined global security. The world entered a new era of counterterrorism, surveillance, and global tension. COVID-19 pandemic. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic brought the world to a halt. Borders closed, economies crashed, and millions of lives were lost. Yet it also showed humanity's strength in science, resilience, and cooperation. The digital revolution and social media. The rise of smartphones, social media, and AI changed how we communicate, learn, and protest. Movements like the Arab Spring showed how digital tools could inspire real-world action, but they also brought misinformation and political polarization. The rise of China as a global power. In the 21st century, China emerged as a major global force, economically, technologically, and militarily. From its Belt and Road Initiative to advances in AI and green energy, China is reshaping the world order, challenging Western dominance. Conclusion and call to action. History isn't just about the past. It's a mirror to our present and a map for the future. The more we understand it, the better we can shape what's next. If you found this journey meaningful, like the video, subscribe, and join us for more stories that matter. Thanks for watching video.